The 1999 2 pence 2p coin from the United Kingdom, bearing the effigy of Queen Elizabeth II, represents not only a circulating denomination of British currency, but also a small yet enduring emblem of the nation's numismatic history, tradition, and design evolution, issued as part of the decimal coinage system introduced in 1971. The 2p coin holds both practical and collectible interest, especially among those who appreciate the continuity of royal imagery and the technical precision of modern British minting. On the obverse side of the 1999 2p coin, one finds the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by the sculptor Ian Rank, broadly FRBS, whose initials IRB appear at the base of the bust. This particular effigy, introduced in 1998, marked the fourth definitive portrait of Her Majesty to grace UK coinage, replacing the previous depiction by Raphael Makloff. The Rank Broadly portrait is characterized by a more mature, realistic, and unembellished representation of the Queen, capturing the dignity and resilience of the monarch as she approached the later decades of her reign. Elizabeth II is shown facing right, wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, an iconic piece of royal jewelry given to her as a wedding gift from her grandmother, Queen Mary. Surrounding the effigy is the inscription, Elizabeth II DG Reg. FD 1999, an abbreviated Latin phrase meaning Elizabeth II. By the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith, which reinforces the coin's reflection of the constitutional monarchy and the historical connection between the Crown and the Church of England. The reverse of the 1999 2p coin retains the classic design by Christopher Ironside, the celebrated British designer whose work defined the first wave of decimal coinage. The central motif depicts the badge of the Prince of Wales, consisting of 3 ostrich feathers emerging from a coronet. Beneath the coronet is a ribbon bearing the motto I Sedieren, which translates from German as I serve, a phrase closely associated with the title of the Prince of Wales. This design pays homage to a centuries-old heraldic emblem linked to the heir apparent of the British throne, a symbol with roots extending to the 14th century and the Black Prince, Edward of Woodstock. Encircling this motif are the words to pence, denoting the coin's denomination. The inscription's positioning and the design's enduring use reflect the stability of British coin iconography throughout the late 20th century, struck in copper-plated steel. The 1999 2p coin reflects changes implemented by the Royal Mint starting in 1992, when rising copper prices led to the replacement of the original bronze composition with a more cost-effective steel core coated in copper. Consequently, the coin retains the traditional coppery appearance while being slightly magnetic, a trait distinguishable with simple testing. The coin weighs approximately 7.12 grams, has a diameter of 25.91 millimeters, and features a plain smooth edge. These specifications have remained consistent for 2p coins since their initial introduction, ensuring compatibility within circulation and vending systems across the UK. The year 1999 is of particular contextual significance as it falls within the period of relative political stability and economic modernization in the United Kingdom under the leadership of Prime Minister Tony Blair's Labour government. Internationally, 1999 marked the UK's continued engagement in European affairs. Though domestically, debates around the monarchy's role, national identity, and constitutional reform simmered quietly beneath the surface. Meanwhile, Queen Elizabeth II remained a steadfast figurehead, symbolizing continuity amid evolving social and political landscapes. For collectors, the 1999 2p coin is typically regarded as a common circulation issue, with millions produced by the Royal Mint for general use, making it easily obtainable in circulated condition. However, uncirculated or proof examples, often sourced from annual coin sets or presentation packs, attract interest for their superior finish and preservation, appealing to numismatists who seek pristine representations of modern British currency. In terms of monetary value, a standard circulated 1999 2 pence holds its face value in everyday transactions, but serves as a fascinating educational tool for those exploring the evolution of British coinage. especially when studied alongside its pre-1992 bronze counterparts, or the post-2008 reverse design change initiated under the Royal Shield series. Additionally, the 1999 2P represents a small but enduring link to the remarkable reign of Queen Elizabeth II, Britain's longest reigning monarch at the time. His image on coinage spans over 7 decades, symbolizing both personal longevity and institutional stability. Although not rare, such coins encapsulate the enduring legacy of British craftsmanship, the subtle symbolism of heraldry, and the global influence of the monarchy, offering enthusiasts a tangible piece of late 20th century history within the palm of their hand. Next up, the 1997 Pence coin of the United Kingdom stands as a modest yet historically significant representation of British coinage in the late 20th century. Produced under the reign of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, who at the time had been on the throne for 45 years. Following her coronation in 1953, the 2p coin, struck in 1997, forms part of the decimal currency system that the United Kingdom officially adopted starting from 1971, placing the old pre-decimal pounds, shillings, and pence system that had been in place for centuries. The specific 1997 dated coin features on its obverse the familiar portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Raphael Makhlouf, whose effigy of the Queen was used on British coins from 1985 to 1997. In this portrait, the Queen is depicted wearing the George IV state diadem, an iconic jeweled crown worn for the state opening of Parliament and other significant state occasions. Characterized by its delicate floral design featuring roses, shamrocks, and thistles, representing England, Ireland, and Scotland respectively. Surrounding Her Majesty's portrait is the inscription Elizabeth II DG Reg, FD 1997, which stands for Elizabeth II de Gratia Regina Fidei, Defensatrix, translating to Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith, emphasizing her constitutional role as monarch and spiritual protector of the Church of England. The reverse side of the coin, designed by Christopher Ironside, bears the enduring image of the badge of the Prince of Wales, a heraldic symbol consisting of 3 ostrich feathers encircled by a coronet, beneath which appears a ribbon bearing the German motto Ich diene, meaning I serve. This emblem has been associated with the heir apparent to the British throne for centuries, tracing its origins back to the Black Prince, Edward of Woodstock, son of King Edward III, in the 14th century. Below the feathers, the denomination is clearly inscribed as 2 pence, signifying the coin's value within the decimal system. The outer rim of the reverse is smooth, lacking any retted edges, keeping with the coin's intended everyday use as a law denomination circulating piece. An important technical characteristic of the 1997 2 pence coin is its material composition. Earlier 2p coins, from their initial introduction in 1971 until 1991, were struck in bronze, an alloy primarily of copper with small proportions of tin and zinc. However, from 1992 onwards, due to rising metal costs, the Royal Mint switched to copper-plated steel for standard circulating 2p coins, a change that continued with the 1997 issue. These later coins have the same reddish-brown appearance but can be distinguished by their magnetic properties. The steel core renders the coin magnetic, unlike the earlier all-bronze versions. The coin has a diameter of 25.91 millimeters, a thickness of approximately 1.85 millimeters, and a weight of 7.12 grams, making it slightly larger and heavier than many modern law denomination coins. Reflecting the size standards set during the initial decimalization process, the 1997 2 pence coin is notable as it was one of the last to feature the Raphael Makhlouf effigy, with the following year, 1998, introducing a new portrait of Queen Elizabeth II by Ian Rank Broadley, which depicted the Queen with a more mature, realistic appearance. Thus, 1997 represents the final chapter in over a decade of Makhlouf-designed obverses, making coins from this year mildly interesting to collectors who focus on portrait transitions. That said, the 1997 2p coin was mass-produced for general circulation, and as such, Examples in circulated condition are generally common and of minimal numismatic value, typically worth face value unless in uncirculated proof or exceptionally high-grade mint-state condition in terms of historical context. The 1997 issue arrived during a year of significant national and global events. The United Kingdom, under the leadership of Prime Minister Tony Blair, was experiencing political change, with Labour's landslide victory in May, signaling the beginning of a new political era. Moreover, the tragic death of Diana, Princess of Wales, in August 1997 deeply impacted the British public and the royal family. Marking a period of intense reflection on the monarchy's role in modern society, although such events are not directly connected to the coin itself, they provide an atmospheric backdrop to understanding Britain's state at the time of the coin's issuance. The Royal Mint, the official producer of British coinage, struck the 1997 2-pence coins at their facility in Llantrisant, Wales, using high-speed presses and stringent quality controls to ensure consistent production suitable for everyday commerce. These coins circulated widely across the United Kingdom, including England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland, and were used extensively in daily transactions for small purchases, vending machines, and public telephones. Although by the late 1990s, the purchasing power of 2p coins was diminishing due to inflation. Numismatically, while the 1997 2p coin is considered a modern circulating issue, enthusiasts often seek coins in pristine, uncirculated condition, as well as proof versions struck, with polished dies for inclusion in special royal mint sets aimed at collectors. Proof versions, often included in annual coin sets, feature mirror-like fields and frosted designs, distinguishing them from standard circulating strikes. Such sets are generally issued in limited quantities, enhancing their desirability among collectors. Additionally, the magnetic test serves as a quick diagnostic method for distinguishing between pre-1992 bronze and post-1992 copper-plated steel, too. Pence coins, like the 1997 issue, collectors and hobbyists often use a small magnet to test coins, with magnetic attraction confirming the steel core composition. This feature is not only practical for collectors but also assists vending machine operators and coin validators in distinguishing coinage materials. To conclude, the 1997 United Kingdom to pence coin represents a transitional piece in British decimal coinage, encapsulating both historical continuity and subtle numismatic evolution. While it is a common coin with limited monetary value and circulated grades, its association with the end of the Raphael Makhlouf portrait era and its placement within a year of significant national events lend it modest historical charm. For those studying modern British currency, it serves as a tangible reminder of Queen Elizabeth II's long reign, Britain's changing coinage materials, and the everyday monetary artifacts that accompany a nation's social and political history. If you'd like a valuation guide, rarity breakdown, or additional historic royal mint production details for this specific year, feel free to ask. Next, the 2007 2-pence 2p coin from the United Kingdom is part of the long-running decimal coinage system that was introduced in 1971, placing the older pounds, shillings, and pence currency structure with a more simplified decimal-based format. The 2p coin has held a significant place in British daily life. And the 2007 issue, though a standard circulation coin, carries historical design and numismatic value for collectors and enthusiasts of modern British coinage. The obverse front of the 2007 2p coin features the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by sculptor Ian Rank, Broadley IRB. This effigy, introduced in 1998, portrays the Queen facing right, wearing the girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, one of her most recognizable and frequently depicted royal adornments. Rank Broadley's portrait replaced the earlier Makhlouf design and was created to present a more realistic, mature image of the Queen, acknowledging her status as a long-serving monarch while maintaining the tradition of continuity and dignity in coinage portraits. Around the Queen's portrait runs the legend, Elizabeth II, DG Reg FD, 2007. An abbreviation of the Latin Elizabeth II Dei Gratia Regina Fidei Defensor, meaning Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen Defender of the Faith, a title that reflects the monarch's constitutional and religious role within the United Kingdom. The reverse back of the coin, designed by Christopher Ironside, displays the iconic badge of the Prince of Wales, which consists of a plume of 3 ostrich feathers emerging from a coronet, above a ribbon bearing the motto Ich diene, meaning I serve in German. This design has been associated with the Prince of Wales since the 14th century, originating from Edward the Black Prince, and remains one of the most enduring heraldic emblems in British history. Beneath the feathers, the denomination too, Pence is inscribed in bold lettering. The edge of the coin is plain, with no milling or inscription, typical of law denomination UK coins intended for everyday use. The 2007 2p coin is made from copper-plated steel, composition introduced in 1992 to replace the earlier bronze coins, driven by the rising costs of metal production. These coins weigh approximately 7.12 grams, have a diameter of 25.91 millimeters, and are circular in shape. Copper-plated steel gives the coin its bright, reddish copper appearance when new, though circulated examples often show varying degrees of wear, with many developing a darker or duller tone over time due to oxidation and general handling. The 2007 2p coin predates the significant reverse design change implemented in 2008, when the Royal Mint introduced Matthew Dent's heraldic shield designs across the lower denominations of British coinage. Therefore, the 2007 issue represents one of the final years in which the full Prince of Wales badge appeared on the 2p coin, adding modest historical significance to the piece for collectors interested in pre-2008 coin designs. The 2p coin continues to play an essential role in UK transactions, though its practical usage has been questioned over recent years due to inflation and declining purchasing power, sparking discussions about the future of law denomination coins, like the 1p and 2p. From a numismatic perspective, the 2007 2p coin is generally considered common, produced in large quantities by the Royal Mint, and is typically encountered in circulated condition. However, uncirculated or proof versions may carry premium value among collectors, especially if preserved in pristine condition or presented in official mint sets. While the coin holds modest monetary value beyond its face denomination, its significance lies more in its role as part of Britain's evolving currency history, its association with Queen Elizabeth II's lengthy reign, and its connection to centuries of British heraldry. It offers a glimpse into the nation's traditions, artistic design standards, and practical coinage considerations of the early 21st century, as well as marking a period just before significant numismatic reforms and design transitions within the UK's coinage system. The presence of the rank Broadley portrait and the Prince of Wales badge on this coin encapsulates the enduring respect for royal symbols and historical continuity within the British monarchy, which persisted throughout Queen Elizabeth II's reign and has been commemorated in countless coin designs over the decades. Whether circulating in daily commerce or held within private collections, the 2007 2p coin stands as a small yet meaningful emblem of Britain's cultural, economic, and royal heritage. The 2009 2p 2p coin of the United Kingdom, bearing the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, represents a modern example of British decimal coinage that combines historical continuity with evolving design elements reflective of the UK's numismatic traditions. The 2p coin, part of the decimalization process introduced in 1971, holds significant cultural, historical, and economic relevance, and the 2009 version stands as an interesting transitional piece owing to its updated reverse design and its continued role in everyday commerce. Obverse details. The obverse of the 2009 2p coin features the well-recognized effigy of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Ian Rank Broadley, IRB. This portrait was first introduced in 1998 and remained on UK coinage until 2015. Notable for its realistic and mature depiction of the Queen, complete with the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, a historic royal piece often associated with Her Majesty. Surrounding inscription reads, Elizabeth II, DG, Reg FD, 2009. This Latin abbreviation translates to Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith, continuing the long-standing tradition of monarchic titles on British currency. The date 2009 marks the year of minting, and the IRB initials can be seen at the base of the portrait, crediting the sculptor. Reverse design and symbolism. The reverse of the 2009 2p coin features a significant departure from the original design used since decimalization. In 2008, a new set of designs was introduced by Matthew Dent, known collectively as the Royal Shield series. This initiative sought to modernize the appearance of UK coinage while preserving national symbolism. On the 2009 2p coin, a portion of the Royal Shield of the United Kingdom is displayed. Specifically, the design shows the upper right segment of the shield, containing parts of the lion rampant of Scotland and the harp of Ireland, two critical elements of the UK's heraldic identity. When combined with other denominations from the UHL's 1p to the 50p coins, the full shield image can be assembled like a puzzle, a concept that sparked considerable public interest and collector enthusiasm. The denomination is inscribed as "To Pence, this clear textual marking ensures easy recognition of the coin's value, though in practice, the size and distinctive copper-plated steel composition also distinguish it within circulating currency, composition, and specifications. Since 1992, 2p coins have been struck in copper-plated steel, replacing the earlier bronze alloy due to economic considerations, notably the rising cost of copper. The technical specifications of the 2009 2p coin are: mass, 7.12 grams diameter, 25.9 millimeters thickness, approximately 1.85 millimeters edge. Plain smooth metal composition, copper-plated steel, magnetic due to the steel core. The copper-plated surface preserves the traditional reddish-brown appearance associated with bronze coins, while the steel core introduces magnetic properties that facilitate automated handling in vending machines and banking systems. Historical and numismatic significance. The 2009 2p coin reflects the continuing evolution of British coinage, bridging tradition and innovation. The shift to the Royal Shield design marked one of the most comprehensive redesigns in modern UK numismatic history, intended to rejuvenate public interest and modernize aesthetics while